Bigger.
I heard I saw the video yesterday. It's like, man, when you have a good mic, it makes all the difference in sound quality.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because I could hear you perfectly fine. Like,
no, so we can hear each other, but it's like I think the microphone. I mean, I'm using an AirPod, so like there's like that little like static in the background when I talk.
oh yeah, a little bit. It sounds like a little like hallway-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was fine. We're not out here with audio mixers and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, but of course, you know, like when people want to watch the video, like it'd be nice for them to not have to like have their ears graded.
That's true. Right. All right, so we got MirageGaogamon. He whiffed a rookie, but got the orange memory boost. Oh, what is? Oh, is that Shinegreymon with the what is that BT9 Kuruma, the one that gives you 1,000?
That's interesting. I mean, like I would assume this deck is a little bit kind of like Yellow Hybrid, where it's like a little on the inconsistent side because you know you have so many pieces that you need and stuff that the draw might matter.
Yeah, but the thing is that this deck is very it's very LTK-ish, and you don't really swing with your guy until you need to, until you're about mega level. So I personally don't like the red base. I like the yellow base. That extra 1,000 does come in handy because it allows you to, like, if you tap your level 5, the Memory Tamer Marcus, then you can kill it ultimately with the perfect stack. Because of the
yeah, that's true.
So that's why I find that important. But Shinegreymon, he's going to play the Marcus. He's going to play the... Yep. Does he tap the Marcus to gain the memory? That's the question. Yep, and he does.
Very almost backbreaking here. It's just setting him to 1. He has 2 stacks to basically set up right now.
Yeah.
And the Marcus in play.
And the Marcus is the Memory Tamer, too, so...
Yeah. The thing is, so I played a little bit against Shinegreymon. I've done 0 testing against Mirage, though.
Honestly, Mirage is literally just blue high, what is it? Melga. It's Melga, all force. It's similar to that.
But except that it swings with like, or like it makes them add a card to their hand, right? Security instead.
Yeah, which is so nuts. Yeah, so the Tamers add cards to your hand. The burst mode adds cards to your hand. It'll add a security to your hand. That's nuts.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's like a double-edged sword, you know?
Yeah, I mean, in Digimon, when you lose the game, you lose with like 15 cards in hand anyways. So if your opponent loses with 16 in hand, it doesn't make much of a difference, you know?
No, but the burst mode, what makes the burst mode very cool is that if you have 16 cards in hand, he gets to remove randomly 8 cards or cards until you're at 8.
Oh, I heard about the mythical burst mode and what it does. I hope we can see it in this match.
Yeah, it's kind of beast. Oh, here we go. He did the... Oh, and he just plays another one. Okay, gain 2 memory. Hey, he must not have to get...
Well, Marcus.
He gets to play any red-yellow tamer. So he doesn't even need to have, like, even if Marcus is already there.
But you do want to have the one from... Is it BT12?
It is BT12,
the one that can attack?
Yeah.
Yeah. It sets up some of your strongest plays, like, on your turn.
Honestly, what would be perfect right now is that if he can go... If the Shinegreymon player can go into the BT13 Greymon... Yep, exactly that. Search security and play the other Marcus. Then that would just be nuts.
Yeah. Although it feels like it's going to be one of those turns where he's going to give Abdur a lot of memory. Because like since he doesn't have, I mean he's zeroed out here, and I don't think there's any Digivolution that costs less than 3, right?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's going to be that. So I'm curious, does he go into the... Because we saw him grab a Mega earlier. So I'm curious if he just goes into that Mega.
Mm-hmm.
The Mega's a little interesting because the Marcus doesn't come out as a level, right? So if he evolves, makes the Marcus a blocker, and then Mirage Gao attempts like evos, then swings, if the Marcus blocks, it'll return to security because it was suspended. It'll also give him a memory. So that's also something that's very nice. Because it's on alternates. Cool. Yeah.
What do we got here?
So I think that's the right way. Yeah, okay. I think that's the route to go.
So, a little bit of a breath of fresh air here for Abdur because there was a chance that he could have gotten memory choke for the rest of the game without hitting a tamer. So, this might be like his opportunity to sort of like at least deal with the board in some way, right?
Yeah, but the problem is right now is that Marcus isn't a memory, so he has to. I think with the blue memory boost, I think he can return all 3 cards.
That's huge then, because then he would probably end up with the only stack on the board too.
Yeah,
so
but he needs
control of the.
So he needs very specific cards. That's the problem. So he needs I think it's the BT13 one on Digivolve, bounce to level 4 or lower. And then if he has the inheritables, I don't remember what the inheritables are. There's one that says when a card's added to hand, gain a memory. Right? So then that makes
that'll be enough to MirageGao, right?
It would be it's gonna be the rookie that gives the memory. Okay, is that the correct one? I can't tell if that's the correct one. I don't think it is.
I think they're reading it out loud because I'm not sure. David has been around with us, but I'm not sure if David has playtested this matchup, right?
No, it's Gaogamon, right? That's what they're called. I'll tell you which one it is.
Yeah.
It is. Which one's that one? Is that this one? Yeah, I think that's the BT11 one. Yeah, it says, when Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gains blocker. And then it says, you may suspend this Digimon to force your opponent to attack instead and get 2,000 for every 4 cards in your opponent's hand.
Oh, that's interesting. That's anti-red tech.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about this deck, they don't keep crazy amount of hand advantage early on because of the simple fact is that they play a lot of Marcus out of their hands.
And the Marcus don't replace themselves. They don't draw a card.
Exactly, yeah. So that's the interesting. Oh, so he just opted to go with... So he went straight into his Mega. That's interesting. Which... Oh, that is the BT13 one. No, BT11. Oh, that's the good one. So this is really cool. So it says return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to your owner's hand. If no Digimon was returned, you may add the top card of security to their hand. That's great. And then it says all turns when an effect adds cards to your opponent's hand, gain 1 memory for every 4 cards.
Oh, that effect I think is going to come up because we'll see right now because like this, in order for this deck to get their pieces going, it's very much like playing Agumon. Look at the top 3, so they're adding cards naturally, right?
I don't see. That's the interesting thing. It didn't. It's such a weird thing because when I played it, I didn't need to play that many cards. I just kept drawing into everything, so I got lucky with that. But I know the big one is the cards from EX4. When a tamer suspended, you draw a card. So that's a mandatory effect. So that would be the one that hurts him.
Yeah. I wonder if David notices that he has an Agumon and inheritable. Oh, I guess it might be a saving grace that he's not playing the BT5 Horomon. Is it BT5, I believe? The one that draws your card?
No. He's playing the EX4 one. I think that's the one in the stack, so he has to draw a card. I'm curious to know if that was the right one. Oh, David's thing is acting a little crazy.
Yeah, it's getting a little fuzzy on my end too,
yeah.
But I still can make out mostly.
Okay, so that's where the Gaogamon's rookies are. That's 2 in security.
So the thing here is that will we see? Yeah, that's what I was curious. If we're gonna see the burst mode.
The question is, can he delete that? Oh, he was able to delete it?
It looks like it. Let's see.
How's he able to delete it? It was 10. No, it was 10. I get it. So the BT13 Shinegreymon says when a tamer is suspended, -3. Oh, sorry, -6. So MirageGao is only 12. So he just needed 2 of those tamers, the Mega, and yeah, no, that's exactly that, right? Because that's 10, 12. Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, is 12 the breakpoint then? So is there a world where Abdur maybe needs to play a different egg to make sure this matchup gets short up a little bit? Something that gives him +1k?
It's interesting because he's got a rookie that gives him +1k.
Okay. So I guess just an unfortunate stack situation where he had the wrong inheritable at the wrong time.
Yeah, it seems like he got all the wrong ones. Wait, what's happening? It doesn't.
I think this top of the stack is supposed to be removed, right? He's supposed to be Shinegreymon.
I think he crashed into the burst mode. He's also 15. I think that's who that is in the security.
But didn't he have the Koromon egg, the one that gives 1,000?
That is true, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that was the end of the game. Yeah, that was a fast one. These games are too fast.
Not much for content sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
when they blow through this stuff.
I mean, yesterday's games were fun.
So, like, I've noticed this, like, I played against Shine quite a few times, actually, and I noticed that, like, the games where it wins, it does feel like that, right? Where it's just, like, they have the Marcus is swinging the security, it's not dying, it's digivolving for free, so they're also getting way bigger, and then you die in a turn or two, right?
Yeah.
And, like, however, I've seen the fail scenarios, too, where it's, like, if you deal with the one stack, I mean, they are stumbling the whole time. Like, you know, their Marcus don't do anything because they can't keep an Agumon on the board, and it's very interesting how, like, reliant it is on the tamer, but it's kind of like lore-wise, it makes sense.
It's very interesting because in my build, I want to play Yellow Memory Boost because you can go from... so, the idea, right, would be you're at 3, right, because you're Marcus. You play the Agumon from BT13 to move up the Marcus that allows you to, you know, swing and evolve.
Yeah.
Right? So you're at 0, then you pop the Memory Boost. Now you're at 5. Sorry, you're at 2. You go into your champion, do whatever you're going to do, and then use Marcus to let you go into your ultimate, then you go into your Mega to at least set up the other blocker. The other Marcus as a blocker. So that was something that I thought about doing, because you're exactly the scenario you spoke about is exactly what's happened to me.
Yeah, well, Yellow Memory Boost is a good card. If you need to do a play like that, you also can just play like a Blinding Ray too. So I can see like a more aggressive take on Shinegreymon, where if you feel like you're defensive enough, then you could play these cards like Blinding Ray, so that way you have these really explosive turns.
No, Blinding Ray does sound great. Yeah, so you don't have to wait on it. Yeah, but I also like Yellow Memory Boost just because it helps me look for a card, but also bottom decks, you know, Marcus.
Yeah, oh, of course, yeah. It's like, look at 3 Marcuses, add a rookie.
Yeah, then it's just disrespectful, right? You're just like, oh, okay, why am I playing this card, you know?
Yeah.
But no, Blinding Ray does seem like what it is because you recover a lot in this deck because of the Marcus. Because both the BT13 and the BT12 Rise Greymon do the same inheritable. Actually, I think they also have the same main effect, too, where Marcus is destroyed, like, while they're on the board.
The new Rise Greymon, I think they both do, or at least there's 2 of them that have the when Marcus dies, put it on the top of the security.
Yeah, no, that was definitely
David go second or go first in this matchup.
Yeah, it's an identical starting hand.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I'm pretty sure that Agumon is a mandatory effect, so Gaogamon was supposed to activate last turn.
Maybe we'll talk to the boys afterwards to see if it is a little fuzzy on our end, so we can't make out the inheritables exactly.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking for him right now. Here we go. Yeah, it says your turn with one of your opponents. Your turn once per turn when one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended. Draw 1 card. Yeah, that sounds mandatory. I don't know if that would have mattered because that would have just put him to 1 anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like, as long as you got the 5 checks in the turn, basically.
Yeah.
I think the game was long gone because Abdurrah had nothing on board, not even the memory boost to help him either. So, but we'll look at this game. So I think, obviously, off to a better start here because he has a rookie in Raising, which is fine.
And he's got a champion on board, and Shinegreymon moved out. So if he can deal with the Rise Greymon right now, sorry, not the Rise Greymon, with the Greymon right now, then it's fine. Oh, never mind. He played the Marcus to keep his turn.
It is a lot harder to remove an ultimate, that's for sure. So
it might not
into Rise Greymon will be really important, I think.
Well, the interesting part about it, I think if he goes into Rise Greymon, then the MirageGaogamon will just return it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we just saw it in the last game that it bounced a 4 lower, but it could
Level
bounce a
5 or
5,
lower.
right?
Level 5 or lower. That's what it bounces.
Yeah. So
This is a very interesting play.
in fairness, it could be like, for lack of a better term, but like a lack of respect, right? We didn't see the MirageGaogamon pop off, so maybe David doesn't know how explosive it could be, right?
Yeah. He might just be hoping he doesn't get it.
That could also be the case too.
Puts him to 2. Oh, that hurts.
And
and it deletes his guy.
That's very good.
Yeah, that's it. That's going to be it.
So everything we said before doesn't matter because the stack was relying on having a champion in the front row. So
yep, that's it.
Yeah.
So MirageGaogamon, there you go. He's got a tamer. He's got a tamer.
Looking like more of the last game. However, again, just the fact that he had a rookie in Raising, and now that he was able to establish a tamer, I think this is going to be a more back and forth game, hopefully, with the both players.
Well, the good thing is right now, right? Like, so that way it kind of protects him, is that those aren't the Marcus that come out and Digivolve. I think that's the one thing saving him.
Mm-hmm.
Because here would have been a bad part for him to, like, if he would have played the Marcus last turn, then the Marcus comes out right now, evolves into the BT12, Shinegreymon, and then he just loses 4 checks right there. Right, it's going to be the 2 for the...
There's a possibility for the burst mode happening, too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So it's 2 checks for the Marcus, and then everything's going to be -6. And then go into burst mode, bounce it back, and then -2 more, then swing with just Shine, and then it's over.
Yeah. There's such a powerful effect, too. The fact that, like, no need for hyper for game anymore. Just swing with the tamer.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he's going to swing with the... I mean, this is going to be very powerful because he just swings with Marcus, gain a memory, and then just go into a champion and now put MirageGao in... Put MirageGao in...
A bit of a blunder.
Yeah, it puts him at 1, and then it's like, alright, you're just sitting there now. Mm-hmm. Honestly, he'd be lucky right now if he hits the Thomas, the Memory Tamer Thomas.
I am curious, like, if I'm David, I'm not thinking about attacking here. I feel like I have such a commanding lead that, like, the only thing I want to do is make sure, one, he doesn't hit a Memory Tamer, and the other thing is to make sure that I don't expose my Shinegreymon through something crazy. Like,
lost all of its inheritables.
Yeah. May not be the end of the world for the Shine Grey player, but it is a play.
He played the other Marcus. Okay. See, this is also very dangerous because... this is very interesting. So that's Agumon X Antibody. So, does Marcus come out with any Agumon?
That is a good question. I think, because Shinegreymon is not Greymon itself, is Shinegreymon, I think they specify Greymon in its name, right?
So it says start a main phase if you have a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name. Yeah? No, that's it. It's coming out. There's not really much he could do here. Oh, he evolved.
This is not a good look.
No. This actually might be an OTK. Because it's going to be... he doesn't even need... He brings up the X Antibody. He uses the effect of the Shinegreymon to bring out the Marcus. Unless he's got burst mode. I mean, then, if he's got burst mode, then he just wins.
Yeah. This is a terrifying spot. I mean, like, Blue has always historically had kind of this issue where it's like, sometimes it's an all-in OTK deck, and sometimes it can control the board. But unlike the red decks, as you're looking, or the yellow decks, as you see now, it's like the stack doesn't really do both. So, he probably, in order for him to make a concession on like clearing board, he has to either commit to be like the MirageGaogamon, try to kill you, a scenario. But that means that he's probably not playing like Titus Breath or anything that would have probably bought him a turn or two here.
Well, the Sorai, if it was to check now, he would have been fine, I think.
Yeah.
But no, now this is going to hurt, right? Because it's just going to go into... It's going to be 1 check. Into Ruin mode. Oh, that's disrespectful.
That's the EX4 one, right?
Yeah, that's the one that it's on Digivolve -5, on deletion -5, and then recover 1. And when it attacks, it deletes itself.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's swinging for 3K, I believe, right?
Yeah, swinging for 3. It's dead, yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's literally Shinegreymon, ruin mode. Swings, and then it kills itself, and then he recovers 1. Yeah, he's going to recover 1. Yeah, he's going to recover 1, and now it's -10 blanket on MirageGaogamon's,
Yeah, this checkmate scenario is quite strong, I believe.
No, it's over. Unless that guy can come out with at least 11 DP, which I don't think he does, or can,
yeah,
it's over.
I mean, if it's a true checkmate scenario, I mean, I'd hard slam a Mega here. Just BM. I'd just throw out like a ruin mode or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He put him to 4.
See, when Shine does something like this deck looks impressive, to say the least.
Now that's it. Let's pack it up.
Yeah.
Pack it up. Ooh, that was a rough one.
A little bit of stumbling on Dirt's part. Like, I wish we would have seen more of what the MirageGaogamon deck can do, because this is closer to like an outlier. I would hope so. That like Shinegreymon kind of did hit his pieces, and MirageGao kind of stumbled a little bit.
That's what it feels like. Because the thing is that he didn't even have the Marcus from BT12, right? Like, it was all Marcus from BT13 pretty much doing everything both games.
Yeah, and having double mattered. In the first game, it didn't matter as much, but in the second game, it mattered because it killed the champion as well. So he was able to not only commit 2 Tamers to the board, which is great for the Shinegreymon deck, but he was also able to clear the stack that Abdur was building up.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.